I share with you thoughts I penned long ago. Nearly a decade has passed, yet they linger, untouched by time, echoing still in the chambers of my mind. As Karl Marx aptly observed, capitalism is not without its fatal systemic flaws. However, it is not only capitalism, but also democracy that reveals itself as an imperfect ideology, burdened by its own critical limitations. The continued reliance on these systems is not a testament to their flawlessness, but rather an acknowledgement of the lack of viable alternatives, or the practical inability to implement such alternatives, even if they were identified. The cyclical nature of surplus capital reinvestment, which creates ever larger concentrations of wealth, has accelerated socioeconomic polarization. This phenomenon systematically marginalizes underprivileged classes, depriving them of access to education and the opportunity to improve their circumstances. Meanwhile, advertising fosters the illusion that wealth is within reach for all, though in practice, economic success in our generation is disproportionately reserved for those born into privilege. Capitalism is, at its core, a hierarchical system. While it purports to allow free movement across socioeconomic strata, the reality is that such mobility is exceedingly rare. Research by Raj Chetty of Harvard corroborates this, revealing that income mobility in the United States is in decline, while inequality continues to grow. The widening gap between the affluent and the impoverished demands government intervention. However, democracy's inherent paradox often impedes such action. The majority of voters fail to support policies or candidates aligned with their own best interests. Within the affluence cultivated by capitalism, societal apathy toward ideology and policymaking has grown increasingly severe, a trend exacerbated by the limited educational resources available to those in lower income groups. A transformation is urgently needed. Classical economics posits that increased savings and investment drive capital accumulation, which in turn accelerates economic growth. Yet, I argue that this model perpetuates inequitable growth, benefiting capitalists disproportionately and intensifying income disparity. Such a system entrenches polarization, not progress. A truly equitable society is one where opportunities are provided equally to all, independent of their socio-economic origins. To achieve this, taxation must be reimagined as a tool for equity, channeling resources to create a society where income is derived not from inherited wealth, but from individual ability and effort. Higher education should be universally accessible to those with the capacity and determination to succeed, and such individuals must be prioritized as the architects of future growth. They represent the true engines of sustainable economic advancement and the cornerstone of societal progress. How often have we witnessed absurd situations where monetary wealth is deemed more valuable than human potential? How can the financial legacy of one's parents be conflated with individual merit or responsibility? The very notion is an affront to the principles of fairness and justice. February 7, 2014. The true vocation of an economist lies in alleviating poverty, advancing societal welfare, and discovering sustainable pathways to growth. February 7, 2016. The world we inhabit remains deeply unstable. Despite capitalism's consolidation as the dominant economic system, it has intensified polarization, leaving vast portions of the global population vulnerable to extreme poverty. Conflicts persist, claiming lives, and the hierarchical structures that have defined humanity since its inception continue to endure. Yet it is undeniable that this era represents humanity's most advanced state. Historically, the world has been plagued by far greater instability and inequities. While perfection may remain unattainable, the essence of humanity lies in its pursuit of the ideal. The worth of an individual is measured not by their material accumulation, but by their contribution to the advancement of society. The values and innovations they leave behind, enduring beyond their mortality, constitute their true legacy. In this, we find the essence of humanity's potential for immortality.
Technomics.